Welcome back to Celebrity Radio. It's Alex Belfield talking to some of the world's biggest stars and some of my favourite people. And we've got one for you today, a man who stars in a brand new show called Inferno here at the Paris Hotel and Casino. Joe Labero, how are you?
Thank you, Alex. I'm fine. Fantastic. Good feeling. Friday night, I just wrapped up the Inferno show and yeah, the audience was good. So it's just go out there and give 100% every night.
It's so lovely to go in a theatre where it's full. I mean, this was remarkable. I've been in this showroom for years. We will rock you into Jersey Boys, into the producers, and now this Inferno. And you're doing big business. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we played now 4 months here roughly, so it's getting there. It's getting better and better, and that's good.
What a beautiful show as well. I mean, it looks spectacular. Inferno obviously is the fire show. That's what they're doing. But really, it's one incredible magician surrounded by fire. That's really what you're getting.
I try to give them spectacle. That's what I asked for. Give us spectacle. A very visual production, and it's a show, of course, with the lighting, the sound, the setting, and the fire, of course, and the pyrotechnics, and my audience participation in between. I try to get them, have contact with them. That's part of the key. Tony from Florida tonight, and John from Vegas. You know, you have them wrapped in. Richie Rich there from California. It's always part of the show to make it a little bit different every night.
You're incredibly charming. I noticed tonight the warmth from you to the audience and back at you is so lovely, and that's important, isn't it? We've got to like you as a magician. If not, it becomes a bit creepy.
I try that too. It's very important, as you said. I mean, I've been doing this craft now for 33 years, and you're learning every night, huh? But you have still to be humble, and but little that glimpse in the eye, you know, you get the audience, and hey, we are here together. We're gonna have a great night. Sit back and enjoy. Huh? I'll be here together, and it's like that pleasure, and but that wowness too in the end of the thing. People, wow, how do you do that? That's also great with the illusions. You get up with the opening, the appearance, and 9 pieces, you split them, the walk through the lady, the passage. It's that, the contrast, I think, makes this show.
You have worked around the world, and I don't think there's a magician who would say that you're not a legend. I mean, you've made your name, you've mastered your craft, and then you've brought it here to Las Vegas. You didn't have to be here. What's it like performing in Vegas opposed to somewhere like Singapore or in Europe?
It's my childhood dream. I came here as a 16-year-old guy. I won a talent show, you know, and I saw Siegfried and Roy at Stardust, and that changed my life. I mean, the star quality these German guys had, you know, and then ever since I wanted to come and perform here, and now I've been all over the world. We lived in Asia, Thailand, Singapore, as you mentioned, Australia, and all over Scandinavia, of course, and so now it's time, Vegas, and it's like entertainment capital of the world, huh?
Isn't it funny with this show that you can see a guy make something disappear or make himself disappear, but one of the most impressive things for me is your card stuff that you do. And when you do that beautiful piece to camera where you make the card disappear and disappear and disappear and disappear, I wonder how many millions of hours I'd have to do that to make it look as good as you.
It's the practice. I started when I get my Fred Kapp's magic box. There was some card routine in there, and I've been practicing it, of course. And it's important to show that you're skillful. At least people, wow. I had a group last night, and I started talking. That's amazing! How can you make the cards just appear out of nowhere? And that's the first I picked on. And that's fantastic. Huh? You do like a big production, but it still means that you need to keep the skill, sleight of hand, and the card in ice block too. Try to match the Inferno a little bit. So I think it feels like an hour 15, very fast-paced show now, something for everyone. So
it is beautiful, and it also looks very dangerous. I mean, you could literally set yourself on fire.
You have to know where you're standing, that's for sure, because now we've done it so many, so I know bam, bam, fire here, but you have to stay to your routines, because of course it's fire, and it's right. Don't stay on. Of course they don't fire it if I go on the spot, but still you never know, because it's fire everywhere. Huh?
And I don't want to give away the secrets of magic, but mostly it's not as dangerous as it looks. But when you add in fire, if you're stood in the wrong spot, and it has happened, it could end in catastrophe. How much rehearsal goes into putting this show together? I mean, the lighting is glorious, the sound's brilliant, and it looks beautiful. But on a technical side, how difficult is this compared to some of the shows you've done in the past?
This is quite, it depends on, we did a show in Singapore called Encanto. We was like 28 acrobats, 20 big 75 people on stage and as many technicians, you know. But now I can't come here and impress with like a Cirque du Soleil has many people, and it's not about that. I wanted to have a personalized show for beautiful girls, the fuel girls with a fire and their skill, and then Animal, Ronnie, which worked with me for years. So it was quite a small team there, and it's me, myself, and we are 6 people, with of course and the rest of the whole stage crew and that. But it's quite that personality show I like to give to the audience. So you really can get...
And what do you love the most? Is it the grand illusion? I mean, the last finale is a beautiful bit of theatre where you go off the stage. I won't give it away. It's stunning. And then, as I say, there's those intimate moments where you do the sleight of hand and the rope trick, which is just glorious, and then the cards that we mentioned. Do you like going big, or is it the intimate stuff you love?
I still like the both, you know. You make them from the appearance, the smoke chamber I've been doing forever. You come out of smoke, and then you go out and you do the slice and 9 pieces one. I've done also many years, but it's still very visual and very strong effect on the crowd. But as you said, the rope is also a killer. I've been doing that for 30 years because it's so, you have a long rope, it's 3 the same, different size, and they become the same length again, and one audience member on stage makes it very personalized.
How important is it to you that people in the business respect you? I mean, I've been going around this town this week, and everybody, A, knows you, and B, they say you're a nice guy, but C, really admire what you've done and the craft you've created. Is that important to you?
That's very nice to hear, because it's like always the toughest thing to be with your own peers in the craft. They are the toughest to impress, I mean, the colleagues usually. But I try to be myself. I've done it so a long time. I don't really, I worked, and I've been doing another show, and I've always been busy. That's the key. And to be myself and be nice to people. I mean, I hang out with other guys now, we go for lunch, go for coffee, and this town is amazing, Brad, because everyone is here for showbiz, you know.
Right.
You live, eat, and breathe showbiz, you know. And we have a night off, you go and see some shows, you know. Yeah. It's hard to beat. I mean, in Europe or in Asia, wherever. I mean, it's nothing like Las Vegas. That's for sure.
And isn't it interesting, down the strip at Bally's you've got Frederick da Silva, who I think is remarkable, and there's David Goldrake at the Trop, and as you mentioned earlier, the biggest legends of all, Siegfried and Roy. Why are so many European magicians popular in this town? Because you wouldn't necessarily think that would be the case.
That's an interesting question. I haven't really think of it. Yeah, I don't know. Siegfried and Roy had a German charm. They spoke that German English, and
I think the Americans think it's a bit cute.
Yeah, and they've been 30 years in Vegas, but they still have the German accent. It's very personalized, very charming, I think. And even like Goldrake from Luxembourg, and I think that's great. You know, even we have American guys too, of course, but that becomes another thing, huh?
And is it thrilling that the art is still popular? I mean, there are probably more magic shows on the strip than any other form of medium outside of Cirque du Soleil. It's remarkable.
Yeah. It's very much. It's Cirque du Soleil shows is like, is it 8 or something like that? And I mean, a magic illusion show / hypnosis show. I mean, a mind reading show. It's more. Huh? But still, it's so different how you present the show, huh? And it's how you do it. It's not about I know how the trick is done. I know it's just 2%. I mean, it's the package around it to wrap it. And I always worked with the set design, the lighting design I had since we started, the same guy. And it's a theatrical moment you want to sell. It's a piece of art, huh? From people from 5 to 95 years old. It's something for everyone, and you want to wake the child almost up again. And even if you've seen that or that before, it's how you deliver it.
Right.
I try that. That's the uniqueness. You can only be yourself, and you do it in your way. You grab them into your world, and then people, wow, I love it.
And I wonder how many years it took for you to create this act and be this confident on stage. When did you stand on a stage and think, okay, I'm me now?
But it takes time. You look back, you know, I started in Stockholm with a show called Magic Night with the Friends of Las Vegas, 1991. And I had a guy invested like $1 million in my show that time. It was a lot of money. And then, come on, we need a setting, we need a lighting. We had a show even that time. It was 2 girls, was me, but I always thought theatrical. And we spent on the light, on the sound, and you need the best of the best, you know. And so I always learned that you need to have theatrical people around you to help you and to lift you and to incorporate them together. Yeah. So I always had that thinking. Not just, show me a trick, or it's not about that. It's the whole showbiz, which I love, you know. From sitting here and talking with you, the interviews, the promotion, everything around this is a lifestyle. And I live in my dream, for sure. I've done it since I was a boy, you know, and now I travel the world and I do what I love, and that's hard to beat. And of course, some nights you watch this stuff. You had last week I pulled out the tooth, you know, and I was like, oh my God! Last week I was swollen. I looked like what the hell? But the show must go. I went on, and people said, "Have you been in a fight?" Or if you're sitting after, you could see it a little bit. But it was like so swollen, I couldn't get it down. And it took now it's much better. But that's the kind. You still have to go out there, huh?
And the show goes on.
Yeah, that's the worst job sometimes when you had like my toe falling out, and I like, you get headache, you don't have to take a painkiller, but you just go out there, hey, how are you? It's still, you get applauses and you get that energy I think that is so funny. And it's so fantastic.
And isn't it amazing how popular it still is? I mean, the first guy I ever saw was Paul Daniels in England and Wayne Dobson, and then I came here and saw Lance Burton. I mean, these were three legends who now really aren't doing it anymore. We lost Paul last year, which was so sad. But it's amazing how it reinvents himself, and you see the medium getting stronger and stronger in the Chris Angels of the world. It's an exciting place to be a magician now.
Very much so. And I grew up with Paul Daniels, as you said. My God, you're gonna like it, not a lot. And I did his cups and the ball and the shop castle ball was the very, very entertaining guy. I followed him, of course, over the years. And also Wayne Dobson. I mean, what a fantastic performers.
Amazing.
And they were so different too. Their personality made it, you know. That's the key. And as you said now, what Chris is doing, lifting it up to another level too. It's amazing. And Mr. Copperfield, I mean, it's wow. It's that. It's a great town to be in. That's for sure.
And again, when you come in every night, can you believe you've got a show this big? I mean, the money it costs to put this on and keep it on stage is mind-boggling. It's probably best not to think about.
Yeah, sometimes you start to look at it. How many tonight to this and that? You ask little figures. And I always want to be involved because I always been. That's show business. You have to understand it, you know.
Yeah.
That's what. So I still like that part too, even if I don't like to sit in the office all day and. I'm not that kind of, but I have a great team. I have a good production team, like Annette been with me since '91, the production lady you met, and I have my crew, Scandinavian guys, and it's a good team around. Because it's very, to go out every night, you need a lot of focus, a lot of energy, and a lot of passion, and a lot of again and again, and it's like a boxer, you know. It's live, it's now, it's here. You can't live on what happened last night or last week, or it's tonight, tomorrow.
And how do you deal with the discipline and the precision? Because when things go wrong, it's how you get out of it. But you can't have three things go wrong in a row, or we'll just think you're rubbish, won't we?
No, you have to be. It's always that small details, you know. I always go through the guys and have my list tonight, small things, you know, always things happening.
Yep.
But usually audience don't see most of the things because it's this thing and that thing. They don't really see what's going on, and that's the key. I mean, that's as an audience member, sit back, relax, and enjoy the performance. And then, as you said, it doesn't matter if it's done this way or that way. It's the package, the presentation, and the delivering thing. And that's good when I see young people come up now and say, it's a cool show, it's a cool show. The young people say, because I mean, my daughter is 10, you know, she's very hard to, she's seeing a lot of YouTubes and coming in, Dad, you do the same show again, you have to change your show every night. It's like, I can't change the show every night, it's impossible, huh?
You know, you make an interesting point though. Sat next to me was a 15-year-old kid and there was a baby the other side, and they were both gripped to the stage. I think you do have to be aware that attention span is probably less long than it was 20 years ago.
It's a big difference. That's what we see. I delivered the show 1 hour, I think 14 tonight. I will check, I haven't heard the exact time, but always pang, 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 very visual, come on the cue, go very quick, very fast paced. And here is Vegas. You can't drag too long, you know, take a bow, applause, thank you, bang, and then I do my encore in the big engine. But it's still, you need to give them visuality, speciality, and bang, energy.
I hope people come and see you. I mean, it's called Inferno, but really it's not. It's the Joe Labero Magic Show. Let's face it, it's where you shine and you get to hold this audience captive for 90 minutes and do the business. Congratulations on everything. You're an amazing entertainer. Thank you for your time.
Thank you kindly. Thank you so much.